And I am live. Oh, don't do that, please. There you go. All right. Hello and welcome back, everyone, to another Star Trek build. I just realized I should have changed shirts. That's my mistake. I apologize for any Star Trek fans watching me right now. Uh, I actually meant to put on a Star Trek shirt. Um, but the entire point of me doing this is showing you can be a Star Trek and Star Wars fan at the same time. It's okay. Don't worry about it. So, it's been a couple of days. Full transparency, I was very much intending to do a live stream last weekend, and then last weekend happened. And what do I mean with last weekend happened? Well, it was my birthday on Saturday. I decided to go out and I got extremely drunk, like ridiculously drunk. One of the drunkest that I've been in a very long time, which caused me to be so hungover on on Sunday that I was not able to come onto a live stream in any way, shape, or form that was presentable. So, it was stupid of me. I fully admit that. I did things that I kind of regret. Hey, we all get drunk sometimes, right? Look, to be fair, it's because I've not had the easiest past couple of weeks. I needed a bit of a night out, just getting drunk. It just got a bit out of hand. Oops. It's what it is. But anyway, I'm here now. Not only am I here now, and I also intend to be here on Thursday because I want to have two live streams this week in addition to my video that is coming out on Saturday. My review of the third episode of season 2 of The Mandalorian, which, by the way, is already shot. I shot it today, so look forward to that then. But without further ado, I'm already talking for way too long. Let's get into the build, and then I'll talk about more stuff going on in my life. Either way, last time I built this part of the Enterprise. I of course also built the shuttlecraft, which is not in my vicinity. And I have two minifigures, Dr. Beverly Crusher and Ensign Ro Laren. On to bag number 4 this time. This one. I will say, if you are watching the stream live or on the replay, then hello and welcome. Please leave a like on the stream. If you're watching live, comment in the chat. If you have any questions, you can ask me. And on the replay, also leave a comment. And also, please subscribe to the channel. Of course, this is Star Trek related, not necessarily Star Wars, but as I've said, it's possible to like both. I do like both quite a bit. Of course, I do host a Star Wars channel, first and foremost, but that doesn't mean that Star Trek should be dismissed. I think they can, it's perfectly fine to be a fan of both for different reasons, let's be fair, because there are different franchises with different themes. At least that's how I feel. Anyway, we are starting with the building of Wesley Crusher. Shut up, Wesley. Wesley, who of course has 2 face prints. He also has a shorter leg piece. I am actually quite happy that these shorter legs now can also just bend. In the past, they didn't always have that. But nowadays, minifigures do have that. So Wesley has... actually, before I put on the hair, I'll quickly show the back of his head which is a different expression, like a bit of a panicked expression. But I'm gonna go with his smile, just regular face smile. This, but he gets a bit of an accessory here. Right, which is a portable tractor beam generator, which he made in an episode as a science project. I will say, I have watched all of Star Trek The Next Generation. That doesn't mean that I necessarily remember every little bit. This is not necessarily something I remember, because I have watched, actually, Next Generation is the series that I started with. And I think I started watching The Next Generation as early as 2020, or maybe even 2019. So that means that it has been years since I saw the start of The Next Generation. So if I've forgotten something, that's your explanation. So yeah. Um, am I not supposed to put this in his hand or something? I'm honestly not sure right now. Like, it seems that you put him on the display stand, and then you just have the generator. But I'm like, aren't you like putting it in his hand? What's going on here? Yeah. It's probably not at the end of this instruction booklet, though. No, it's not. Of course it's not. Boy. Well, just gonna put you over, yeah, such, and continue the rest of the build. So, yeah, in terms of my weekend, it was like a bit of a mixed bag, because on the one hand, I had a nice birthday, all right, and I went out afterwards, but then I got too drunk. Oops. That cost me not to stream on Sunday, which I kind of did want to do. But on the other hand, Lando's world champion, so I'm happy with that. Finally, a McLaren World Drivers champion again. Which, by the way, this funny thing, like, I'm a part of a Facebook group of Formula One fans, where Formula One fans have been very salty. Some of them have been very salty about Lando winning the championship. And simply because of that, I decided to post a bit of a clickbait post, and my God, it blew up today. I think right now it's somewhere between 600 and 700 reactions, and over 300 comments. Because people just love to fall for bait. I just really wanted to see who would react to it. Now, I will also say that a big part of the people reacting to it is more so still reacting to the 2021 season finale, which I'm like, okay, guys, that was literally 4 years ago. Can we drop this already? No, we can't. There are still the Lewis fans who are just salty about that one. Which, okay, if you really have that much pent up feelings towards that moment, get a fucking life. Like, look, I'm very passionate about F1, and like in the moment, I will like get mad and upset and angry about certain things happening, but in the end, it's like, okay, move on. Oh, and also, I'm gonna watch the Inter Milan Liverpool game right now, which is just gonna be playing kind of in the background because the truth is, I have no faith in this one. I really don't. This is what it's like to be a Liverpool fan. Yes. I'm actually going to Liverpool this weekend to watch the Premier League match against Brighton, and I'm so not looking forward to it. But I mean, I suppose I should just enjoy the fact that I'm there. I'm going with a friend of mine, so I hope just the two of us can have a good time. But I'm not looking forward to the game. Maybe it's just like an idea to afterwards go out drinking in Liverpool and just see if that's any fun. Yeah. Excuse me. Oh, and right, it's starting to look like something. All right, that completes bag number 4. This is actually starting to look like something. Last time I just had this section and I was like, what exactly am I looking at? But this now is like, okay, so the nacelle is going to go over here and this is going to be the saucer. So looking a bit better. Bag number 5 is up next. That's a red card. I'm sorry. That has to be a red card. Can someone on Twitter confirm to me that this has to be a red card? There's no way. This has to be a red card. That is ridiculous, honestly. Fine, it's yellow. Fucking hell. Someone just confirmed to me that was a red card. No. Oh. If I'm making sounds, it's because I'm watching the game, and I'm very cautious to say this, but we're not playing terrible. Like the thing is, I don't just want to say that because I want to believe that we can win again, but it actually looks like we're doing okay so far. 20 minutes in. No. Hello. God, what is his name? Clips Films Melbourne. I think that's it. Thought Lego can use letters USS, which is actual letters for US Navy, but in sci-fi. I mean, look, the thing is, it is the like that is the name in all of Star Trek, the USS Enterprise. So makes sense to me. I wasn't aware that there was a legal issue going on in that regard. Some reasons of letters, name, trademark, and setup. Well, it seems that in recent years, Lego has gotten more flexibility in like naming certain things. On the other hand, this fucking thing behind me, they refuse to call Slave One anymore. So there's that as well. It's very frustrating. I did not know that last bit. To be fair, like I just I follow Lego reviewers online, so these are not necessarily things I dive into all that much, if I'm being honest. Like all I really care about in regards to Lego is do I want the set and how expensive is it? Oh dear. Okay, there are two things happening at once. On the one hand, the opposing team is attacking, and then on the other hand, I'm getting comments. I don't know where to focus. Okay, there's more. Lego maker. I thought the word marine couldn't be named. Well, but in regards to Star Wars, they were able to do that because that's just how they are called in Star Wars. But they're going to be called 21st Clone Snowtroopers. I mean, that's. I suppose you can also do that as a name. I'm getting a bit warm. Just a little. Also, by the way, this is the craziest thing about like a couple of weeks ago. It turned very cold, and it was very much looking like winter was on the way. Like we got to freezing temperatures, and now somehow this week it got way warmer, and we are dealing with 13, 14 degrees Celsius during the day. It is really warm for December. I'm like, what the hell is happening? What is this climate? But yeah, like in regards to naming certain things, it like the only thing that just bothers me is when they name something stupidly like the Slave One, because they have been like we've had Lego Slave Ones for the longest time, and then for some reason, like a couple of years ago, all of a sudden they are like Boba Fett Starship, and now Jango Fett Starship, and I'm like, we all know it's the Slave One. I dropped a piece, but something's happening. Oh, shit. Okay, I have back a piece, but it is somewhere. I lost it. I heard it fall. Oh, there it is. I'm standing on it apparently. Also, yeah, don't do that. For anyone who might be interested in what the next one is, UCS. Yes, that's the thing. They have been calling the Juggernaut the turbo tank for the longest time, and now they finally named it Juggernaut. Like that is the technical name of the thing in universe. So they give that the correct name, but this they name something else, and I'm like, what the fuck is that all about? I don't get it. I just don't get it. But hey, it's what it's. That's Lego. That's Lego for you. Consistency. Also, the Juggernaut was the biggest disappointment in LEGO history. Jeez, Inter has been forced to make 2 substitutions half an hour into this game because of injuries. Not great for them. Jeez. Yeah! Do we? There are appeals for something. Yeah? I think so. I don't think there's an arm involved. I don't know what you want to. Is that here? Oh, that's a. Yeah, that's. Okay, there's a hand involved. It's going to be disallowed, I think. Anyways, pricing in Oceania is disgusting. I mean, let's be fair. I think it's disgusting expensive everywhere. Lego is just very expensive everywhere. Like I will say I'm not entirely sure about like the conversion rate. Um, and I will say I'm very privileged to live in a Western country like the Netherlands because we do earn quite a good amount of money, and also considering I don't have that many expenses, I can afford this type of stuff. Um, so there's that. Yeah, no, it did come up some. Use more of these helmets, like Battlefield 2 Classic. No, don't have clone engineer helmet because. Well, that's kind of just it. Like nowadays, also considering the amount of different content is coming out on a yearly basis in Star Wars, they are going to go with what's new, what's relevant these days. They're not going to go with the older stuff, as cool as it is. And it would be very nice to see an updated version of older stuff, But I don't think they're gonna just do that unless they have like a special occasion, maybe like a 10 or 20th anniversary type thing, which by the way, they could have done something for Battlefront 2 because it turned 20 this year, but they didn't do that, obviously. Yeah, that's a hand. It looks like a hand. Skull is gonna get disallowed. Yo, this check is taking way too long. It's a hand. Just disallow the damn goal and move on. I don't know why it's taking so long. Legions and battalions. Well, yeah, I can only imagine that people want like certain legions and battalions with different colors, different looks about them. But it always is a question of like how relevant is it? That like doesn't make sense with the set, because if it doesn't make, oh, for fuck's sake, I forgot something somewhere. Where did I? Oh, it's here. Like, you know, if there's no good reasons for them to do it, then they're probably not going to do it. So, at least that's how I see it. Yeah, it's on the arm and it's gonna get disallowed. Why does this take so long? Seriously, football referees are idiots. And video assistant referees, like the VAR system, just doesn't work. Like, why does this need to take so long? You can see that it goes onto his arm. Whoa. That's fucking simple, y'all. Disallow goal. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, on to back number 6 so far. This is essentially a mirror of what I've been doing here. So it would be like that. So it's nothing too special that I'm doing right now. Afternoon, what are you talking about? It's night. Sorry, that's the commentator. Anyway, sorry, I'm not focusing on comments here. For a moment, I was focusing on the game. 2026 Google's the past 20 years, 2006 had small number of sets. Wow, it's still something else to use. Well, as of late, we've been getting more prequel sets. I feel like they're focusing a bit more on prequel sets now because, look, the thing is, my generation, like the generation that like was born in the 90s, grew up with the prequels, is now really getting a voice because they grew up and they have like a nostalgia towards it. So now they are really speaking out like, hey, we actually really like those movies. We want sets from them. And despite the fact that I'm not the biggest fan of the prequels, I do want sets from them. I do like the sets. I love this set. Like Attack of the Clones is my least favorite Star Wars movie, but I love this set. I would be happy. I'm very happy to have this here and display it. So that, like, most recently, I also got the Venator and I built that on stream as well. So those are just things that I think are really awesome Lego sets that they should make, especially for fans of the prequels. And let's be fair, I am a fan of Revenge of the Sith. I like that movie quite a bit. And, you know, the Venator is a pretty cool ship. So I'm happy that I have that one. Anyway, moving on with the build. Wow. Lego keeps selling all these sets first. Yeah, some people do. Well, but the thing is, the original trilogy is always going to have sets because the original trilogy, say what you will, is still the best trilogy of all of Star Wars. It's objectively just the biggest thing. It is what brought Star Wars to life in the first place. Like, you know, and people are still being drawn in still to this day by the original trilogy, like by parents showing them the original trilogy. So they are still coming out with sets. However, there is definitely an oversaturation in the market of original trilogy sets, and there is definitely a lack of prequel and sequel trilogy sets. Not to even mention Rogue One and Solo, because those have completely gone off the radar, despite the fact that Rogue One is actually quite a popular movie, considering, you know, we had Andor. And Solo, okay, not the best movie, but there are still definitely sets that you can make from that. And right now, of course, we also have TV shows coming up. But yeah, with TV shows, it seems to be heavy focus on The Mandalorian and nothing else. Like outside of The Mandalorian, not a lot of other shows have gotten like a whole lot of sets that, you know, continue to become a thing. Where I'm just like, would it kill you to just give us more from the TV shows? But I suppose they don't want to take those risks, because if you make a whole lot of sets from things that you're not entirely sure will sell, that's a risk for Lego. But I'm like, Lego, why in the fuck would you raise the prices so much every year? You know it's gonna sell. So there's definitely, you know, a big argument going on in terms of like what Lego puts out and what they should put out, and like what fans want versus what they think fans want. I need to place a sticker. It's always a bit of a nervy moment. Oh, that is a bit of a nervy moment. No. I assume Lego is known for rushing production. They didn't make detail correct. I mean, the amount of like details that they've missed over the past couple of years compared to past products that were good is kind of crazy. Like I follow I follow several YouTube channels, and a lot of them will point out if like we had a perfectly good minifigure in the past and they changed it and they kind of made it worse in the future. I'm like, how can you take a perfectly good minifigure that you had at one point and then fuck it up in the future? Like, you have a perfect blueprint, and there are literally reviewers praising that old minifigure in old reviews, so you can literally go to that review and be like, oh yeah, that's what we needed to do. But what does Lego do? They're like, nah, we'll just change it, and then we'll just, you know, that's the thing. Like, they rush production. Oh yeah, Jason Sindula's hair wasn't green. They just made it brown. Also, this is a massive reason that I didn't get that Ghost set, because it was inaccurate. Plus, I very much have the feeling that we're going to get a UCS Ghost set, and when we finally do, you bet your ass I'm getting that one. But I will, of course, look critically at that UCS Ghost and make sure that everything is right, because especially when you get like a UCS set, Ultimate Collector Series has to have that name for a reason. This is the reason that a lot of people hated the UCS Death Star, because what did they do? They fucked up a lot of minifigures in that set. Come on, Lego. We expect better from you. $1,000 for and actually not even $1,000, €1,000. That conversion rate doesn't make any sense. So if I am to buy the Death Star for €1,000, yeah, I'm not going to be happy if I get a messed up set with bad minifigures. One of the reasons that I didn't get it. But it very much just seems that every single year, Lego is trying to make more and more different sets to just appeal to everyone. But as a result, it lacks quality, which is not a good thing. So maybe dial down on the amount of sets that you're making, but make sure that the sets you are making are things that are completely waterproof. Everything is perfect about it. Dual mullet legs, like waist capes, all that kind of stuff. Just include everything that people want, because the thing is, it's not very difficult. There, as I said, like there is a simple blueprint as to what people want to see with Lego, with minifigures, with sets. So if there's a simple blueprint, just stick to the plan. Just stick to it. Don't overcomplicate things. Don't make it too crazy. And look, the thing also is that, like for me, as a result of certain sets, now because the thing was, I was one of the people who was craving a new UCS Death Star. I would have bought that day one with the GWP, no question, if it wasn't this bad, if it wasn't against all the expectations that I had for it. This is the reason that I watch reviews, because I know that, especially in recent years, Lego's quality has just dropped off. It's not a good thing, because I'm a big Lego fan. I want to buy as many sets, but this year I made my own mock, which, by the way, check out that series. It's pretty cool. I made a Jeddah City underneath the UCS Star Destroyer. You can see it. Oh, don't knock it out. Oh dear, where was it? There? Anyway, if you want to see how this came together, how it all looks, check it out. It's on my channel. I think I did a pretty good job with it. But like, this is the type of stuff that Lego won't make. First of all, because the entire thing is like 20,000 pieces, so it's way too big. But still, this is stuff that Lego won't make. But you can make it yourself if you have, money and space for it. So you can make things yourself that are just better than Lego if you know a little bit of what you're doing. Of course, that is definitely a factor. You need to know what you're doing. Oh, I messed this one up. No worries. Just change it around, and we're okay. Anyway, Lego made Commander Cody back in 2008. Fans wanted Phase 2. They begged and pleaded when Lego finally made Phase 2 customization. The hole in the wrong position, yeah. Yeah, that's just what you get, right? That's some reasons. Lego. The thing is, I understand why people are flocking towards knockoff sets, because knockoff sets are just way cheaper than Lego. And it's fair. They are way cheaper than Lego. So if you have any kind of knockoff Lego set, usually, despite the fact that it's not as good of quality, it is just cheaper, and it's something that people can afford a bit more than Lego, because Lego is just getting very expensive these days. Very understandable. So I understand why people are doing it. It's just, for me personally, I have one knockoff Lego set and I fucking hated it. It was one of the worst experiences that I've ever had. The entire thing was falling apart. There were things that were too tight and there were things that were too loose. And at the end, you have something that is honestly like barely holding together, I feel. So yeah, I am not. I'm never going to go for knockoff sets again, but I will definitely express my criticism with certain sets, and I definitely am looking out for certain reviews, looking at like what people are saying, if it's any good or not. So most of the sets that I'm getting are as good as they could possibly be. Because also the thing is like, you can be critical about the minifigures for the Slave One, but the build itself is great. Price per piece value is great. The minifigures, yeah. By the way, it's really only Boba Fett. Django is fine, but Boba is pretty terrible. But I don't much care about minifigures, so in that regard, it was okay. Especially in a set like that, it's like if Boba is not great, fine, whatever. It's a good like display piece. That's what I'm looking for. But you do want to be careful with the type of things that you buy. Make sure that what you buy is a good quality. That's why you need to be careful with Lego these days, and that's why me and a lot of other people have dialed back the amount of sets they're getting. Like I used to get, I used to be able to just get whichever set I wanted whenever I wanted it, and now I'm very much looking for reviews, like making sure that it's good and that that it's up to the quality that I expect from Lego. Because some sets are, but not a lot of them are. Like they've dropped. Well, yeah, if you really want to fuck up your minifigures, then yeah, sure, but it's best to go for a knockoff thing. Um, that's funny, by the way. Hey, Greg. Yes, I'm happy with Lando's win. Absolutely, no question about that. And this is also the first day after my birthday that I don't feel hungover. I was feeling hungover for 2 days. I got so drunk. So, whoops. Anyway, I'd like to take this moment for a moment because I see some people here that, hello, welcome to the stream. If this is the first time joining, then please consider subscribing to the channel. I do this quite often. My next set is actually right behind me. It's going to be the UCS ATSC. If you're interested in that, I'm going to be building that after I'm done with this. Yeah, leave a like on the stream, and well, people have been tuning in to the chat, so thank you for that. That's cool. It's been sparking a bit of conversation, a bit of a interesting conversation, but definitely warranted, especially in regards to Lego controversy and stuff like that. Printed comma. Not sure what comma is. Yeah, I gotta say, Clips, I'm not entirely sure what you mean with your last comment because there are certain terms that I don't fully understand. A wastegate. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is actually cool that a lot of people are just making their own custom thing in regards to Legos and especially minifigures. Like, again, I don't much care for minifigures, so that's not really something that I'm going to pursue unless I have like an idea for a mock that I would want to do. But as of right now, I don't. Also, for the moment, I don't have much money. I spend a lot of money in the past couple of months on Lego. So for the foreseeable future, I'm not going to get a whole lot more. Oh. Come on. All right. So yeah, for the foreseeable future, I'm not going to get a whole lot more. I do want to like make another mock because I had a great time with making my Jedi mock. But I need to figure out what out of my like essentially out of my sets, if there's a set that I have that I would want to include in some kind of a landscape setting, whatever. So, something to think about. I have plenty of time to consider that. First of all, one big priority for me is just to get a job, because currently I'm jobless. Technically, I'm in between jobs, if you will, if you really want to make it interesting. But yeah, actual fabric wastegate. I mean, if you want to be fancy, sure. Greg, you saw a movie. Was it any good? I've heard that it was like kind of stupid fun, which, by the way, that's the first two movies as well. Like the first two, Now You See Me, are like kind of guilty pleasure movies. They're kind of stupid, but they're kind of fun. That's what I heard. I haven't seen the last one. I've seen the first two. I was okay with the first one, but I was like, The second one was bad. Outside of the scene in the vault, I thought the scene in the vault was fun. Other than that, the second one was not very good. Okay, next page. It was mid. Yeah, I know, that's kind of what people have been saying. Thing is, like, I'm probably not gonna go see any movies in the theater for a while. The only movie that I would want to see is Utopia 2, but I have things planned for the remainder of this month that I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to go see a movie. And I think with Zootopia 2, like, I really love the first one. I can just wait for that to come on Disney Plus and stream it at home. Oh God, why do you do that to yourself? Look, Five Nights at Freddy's is not something that I'm very much willing to discuss, because I don't know the game. I haven't seen the first movie. I heard it was terrible. I haven't seen the second movie. I heard it was terrible. So there you go. That's my quick assessment of Five Nights at Freddy's. Anyway, it's halftime, which means let's check the other scores. Chelsea is up. Frankfurt is up. Come on, Barcelona. What the fuck are you doing? Monaco, Galatasaray, same as us, 0-0. PSV, Atletico, 1-1. Marseille up against Real Union, and Spurs is leading. All close. Every single game is only up by one goal, if they're up by a goal. I used to be a huge moviegoer. That was when I still had like my unlimited card, which like I pay like 20 euros a month, and I can go see any movie I want at any point. But ever since I got rid of that, I'm only like very selective of movies that I want to see, because let's be fair, I don't just want to go to the theater to see some kind of shitty horror movie. If I go to the theater, I want to, have a good experience. I already kind of regretted going to see Tron Ares, but considering I like Tron Legacy a lot, I had to go see Tron Ares. I was kind of contractually obligated to do so. But Tron Ares was not a very good movie, unfortunately. Like, yeah, no, I get being a huge moviegoer. I used to be that, not as much anymore. Like, I will watch a lot of movies at home, Also, follow me on Letterboxd. There's a link in the description if you're interested. Is that the Chelsea goal? That's the Chelsea goal. I have entirely too many sections of the ship that are not connecting yet, and I have to make another section. So that. Also, everyone is scared off. I don't know why, but people just left. Because I had a couple of viewers and they were like, nah, goodbye. Well, what sets do you have your eye on right now? Like, I'm just gonna wait until the next UCS release, like around May 5th, probably May 4th, probably. This thing, I'll get it on May 5th, if I'm lucky, by the way. Hello, camera, can we focus? Okay, we're focused. The thing is, like, this year, 2020, this upcoming year, 2026, is gonna have a Star Wars movie. And that Star Wars movie is gonna be The Mandalorian and Grogu. And a lot of people seem to not really love the trailer for whatever reason. I like the trailer. I thought it looked fun enough in, perfectly good Mandalorian fashion. I am very curious how the fuck they got another Razor Crest, but I suppose the movie will answer that. But the point is, around that movie release, you are going to expect LEGO releases, right? So I'm curious what they're going to do with that, what kind of sets they're going to release. But they have to, and I don't honestly, I don't give a fuck what anyone says. They have to release a new minifigure of Garazeb Aurelios. In any way, shape, or form, he's going to be there. Architecture, castle, some city sets. You mean that, like, real life castle? I think it's like in Germany or somewhere. Looked pretty decent. Looked like a pretty decent set. But if LEGO doesn't give us a Garazeb Aurelios fucking minifigure this year, around the release of The Mandalorian, which we know he's going to be in because he was in the trailer and all the promotional stuff, I riot. I'm going to fucking riot. Yeah, it was Germany. Okay. Yeah, I saw that castle. Looks like a pretty nice set. Thing is, I'm not a big fan of architecture sets. I don't have any. And I'm not particularly interested. But that's me, But got a new Star Wars movie for the first time in 7 years. It's been 7 years since we last had a Star Wars movie, and in that time we've got 10 billion TV shows, but no movies. And the thing is, it's going to be about The Mandalorian and Grogu, which, well, I'm curious, but they have to do a good job at setting up this like kind of shared universe idea of like all the TV shows that we've gotten or set around that time are going to culminate in one giant movie where we have Thrawn as the main villain, which is kind of like Heir to the Empire, but of course not entirely Heir to the Empire, because we're probably not going to have Luke, Leia, and Han and everyone show up because, well, either you would have to recast, which Star Wars seems to be allergic for. They would have to go CGI deepfake, which the fans are allergic for. Or you just don't include them whatsoever, and everyone is going to just be a bitch about that. I feel it's going to be a lose-lose anyway, but what are you going to do? The thing is, I just, if they present it as, these are the characters that we know from the Mandalorian universe and Ahsoka and that kind of stuff, those characters are going to take on Thrawn, fine. Leave Luke, Leia, Han, Lando, everyone out of it. That's fine. We can't have that. We cannot have our Heir to the Empire movie. We can have an equivalent of it that is kind of in the same vein, same kind of story. But anyway, it starts with this movie. It starts with this upcoming movie. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure on just one movie. Which is not great. Like, you know, I always just want Star Wars to succeed. Whatever they do, just succeed. Whatever it is they want to present us, what they want to show us. That doesn't mean that that I love everything. I'm not blind to just, you know, UCS Invisible Hand, MTT. You do bring up a good point, as in, what is the next UCS set from the prequels that we're going to get? Because, like I mentioned this before on the stream, in recent years, we have seen an increase of UCS sets from the prequels, because the prequels are now getting a lot more love than they used to do in the past. So, for all the prequel fans, and by the way, I wouldn't necessarily call myself a prequel fan, but I do like some of the sets that they have. I am curious to see whatever kind of UCS prequel set we get. Now, Invisible Hand, possible. I would love to see a Lucrehulk. I think a UCS Lucrehulk. Is it once again a giant gray set? Yes. But I still want it. I still want to see what it looks like. Look, the thing is, when it comes to Star Wars, people are going to always complain about the fact that it's just giant gray sets. And let's be fair, what is one of the latest giant gray sets that they released? This one. And I still got it. Because I don't care about the fact that it's gray. I care about the fact that it's accurate to what we see in the movie. Like, a majority. I mean, I'm building a giant gray set. It's not Star Wars, it's Star Trek, but it's still mostly gray. So, like, yeah, a Lucrehulk, an Invisible Hand, like a Separatist ship, that would be cool. Is there Solar Sailor? Yeah. Also, if they're going to do a Solar Sailor, they have to, and I mean they have to, do Tron references in that thing, because that's what it's based on. Like, you know, some kind of cheeky light cycle or something. That would be so much fun if they could do a cheeky little build of a light cycle that they just integrate into the design, because Solar Sailor comes from Tron. Oh, and preferably the original. As much as also the Solar Sailor is used in Legacy, yeah, go with the original. UCS Juggernaut. I don't think they're gonna do that after the controversy. That was the last Juggernaut. Fucking hell, that was so bad. I still cannot believe that they thought that was good to release. Like, holy shit. This is not a good idea, LEGO. All right, second half just started. So if I'm gonna make any sounds, that's because I'm reacting to the game. Just to reiterate what I said earlier. Um, Greg, hockey is not a thing whatsoever in my country. So the answer is no. Like, in regards to sports, I watch Formula One and I watch football. That's about the extent of my time that I have to watch sports. I can give you a little bit of trivia about the team that you support in terms of hockey. The name of that team is originally Dutch and it's pronounced Bruins. Like, I don't know a single thing about that team, but that thing I do know. It's funny sometimes to see, especially in America, how certain names or words are like, oh, that's Dutch. And my team Bottas or Perez. I'm Team McLaren, if you don't mind. Okay. Look, when it comes to F1, I will not necessarily root against anyone except if you're Lance Stroll or maybe Esteban Ocon. But I will not root for you unless you're Lando Norris or Oscar Piastri. I will, as like an objective fan, be like, oh, I would appreciate Cadillac to do well, but do I care much? No. I care, like, that's the thing. If Cadillac does poorly, if they do well, good for them. If McLaren does poorly, fuck my life. If McLaren does well and they win things, it's the greatest fucking thing ever. So that's essentially how I feel about that. Like, I am biased. Sue me. There is one thing that I will say about this question about Bottas or Perez. I think between the two drivers, Perez needs more of a win. Like, Bottas essentially had his career, never really amounted too much, and he kind of really ended his career at Sauber already. Perez didn't get that treatment. He was just dropped by Red Bull. And I do feel like Perez deserves one more shot at, a lower table team like a Cadillac, where he can show that even if he's not at the top team anymore, he can still perform sometimes. So I do think between the two, Perez deserves something out of it. Oh, this is a very extensive period of possession for Inter. I don't like it. We were better in the first half, and then top five. Oh, I don't know the Three Stooges, but look, the main reason. Oh, do you want a great reason as to why Stroll just needs to be out of the sport? How old is Fernando Alonso? I actually don't know, but I think he's about 44. I'm gonna look this up for a moment. Fernando Alonso is 44 years old, about to turn 45 next year. Anyway, Lance Stroll has been in the sport since 2017. In that time, got one pole position, which was lucky in changeable conditions in Turkey. Like, not necessarily really on merit, if I'm being quite honest. Has got a couple of podiums. But most of those podiums, he could have potentially won that race, and he completely bottled it. But my biggest point about it, this year, I should say, 2025, Stroll was out-qualified 24-0 to Alonso, who's 44. I'm sorry, get the fuck out of the sport. You have no business here. The only reason that Stroll is driving around is because his dad owns the team. Other than that, he has not been good enough. He has never been good enough for the sport to actually really amount to anything. I understand the first couple of years, he did a couple of things here and there, but for years now, he has not done anything. And what I hate most about Stroll, he has absolutely no ability to look in his mirrors to see if something is coming from behind. The amount of crashes, the amount of incidents that Stroll has gotten into simply because he doesn't look are insane. And the craziest thing about it is that he doesn't always get the blame. He should always get the blame when someone is coming up behind him and he's like, oh, I didn't see him. Go fuck yourself. You're an idiot. Also, with every single interview, he seems like he's just the most miserable guy in the paddock. He has, on occasion, also, got aggressive, like physically aggressive towards personnel of his team. He pushed someone. I'm like, that is not a stable Formula One driver. That's someone who doesn't want to be there. And if he doesn't want to be there, why is his dad forcing him to stay in that team? Like, just Just get him out of the sport. Get someone else in. There's so much talent in Formula 2, in IndyCar, in all the other subcategories. There are so many other drivers that would merit a seat and are just not getting it because this spoiled little rich kid needs to have it. Fuck off. I will say, you know what the thing is? You could compare him to Crashter, but let's be fair. Crashter has a win. I watched that win. I remember watching that win 13 years ago. I was following the sport back then. It was kind of an insane race, and I was like, how in the fuck is this happening? But Pastor Maldonado has a win in Formula 1, and Lance Stroll doesn't. This makes, by definition, Pastor a better racer, even though he got the nickname Crashter because he crashed into everyone. Y'all, do something here. Please do something. Can we get a goal? We should be able to get a goal. Frustrating journey of being a Liverpool fan. The thing is, I don't even care about this match. I just care about the match on Saturday because I'm going to it, and I just don't want us to lose. I just want to have a nice time at Anfield. Hey, yeah, that's a yellow. Is it going to be a fourth round? Oh, God. Are we doing this now? We're doing this now. Oh. Okay. Hold on. I just have to get back. Go on. Jeez. Well, that was unnecessary. Come on, Gomez. What the fuck? Oh, that was unnecessary. All right. So that. All right. right. Whoa, shit. Who? Come on. Stay on there. Shit. Oh no! Oh, that is a big error. Oh, I made a big mistake here. Oh shit. I'm off by one stud. Oh, that is really annoying. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, this sucks. Oh, how far back do I need to go here? Oh, that sucks. Oh, wow, this is a massive fuck up. And I cannot believe that I made this. Oh boy. Okay, so this in and of itself is a section, and that's going to be just that. Oh boy. Okay, so you place that on there as such. Can you just take it off as such? Yes. Why am I off by a stud here? How did I... Oh. Okay, I get this now. It's a simple case of that one. Like that. Okay. And this entire unit over... Aww. Ah, yeah, okay. I messed up. But... we're all fine here now. Thank you. How are you? Okay. Alright, much better. So, now, this onto again. Now, this fits, and that fits. All good. All good. Again, I don't watch American sports, Greg. I really don't. Hockey, baseball, basketball, NASCAR, IndyCar. I don't know anything about it. I'm sorry. All right, so now these two halves come together. Oh. gonna say we don't. Why do you do that? You don't have to head it out. For fuck's sake. Oh, and at the bottom apparently. Whoa, why is that dirty? Wow, this is dirty. Jeez. Why is that so dirty? That's weird. So, all good. All right. So 7 backs in, and we actually have this part. This is yet to get more plating underneath, but we're starting to actually get something, which is cool. Ricky Bobby, oh my god. I was not a particularly big fan of that movie. All right, bag number 8. Maybe the last bag of tonight. I'm not sure. It depends if the match is over by then. Bradley and Wiertz. Bradley for Gomez. That's like for like. Gomez is not happy with this. And Isaac. No. Lost control. Damn. Almost a brilliant moment by a substitution in his first minute of play. But that is good promise, at least, if that's what he's going to offer. What does Konate do? What are you doing so far up the pitch? You're a center back. Okay, I'll accept the free kick here then. Oh, I just got an answer for you. My favorite NASCAR driver is Lightning McQueen. go out at least. Look, I'm looking forward to this set in general. So far, it's been a fun build. It's a pretty good build. I can say that. And in general, like, it's very much in my wheelhouse. House. I like building big gray ships. Let's be fair. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the sausage section, but I'm also looking forward to the nacelles. Even though I will reiterate this is my least favorite version of the Enterprise in terms of pure looks. Well, then Nelson. No, it doesn't, but that's what it's looking like. I'm sorry, I'm just talking to the commentators of the match. Which, by the way, I should just mute it, but on the other hand, like, it's the only way that I can hear, if a goal is scored or something. Because at times I'm not fully paying attention to the match. Yeah. Yeah, cry harder. It's not going to do anything. Got the ball, shut up. Wait, is Jones actually going to get a yellow here? Is he actually going to get a yellow here? Are you fucking kidding me? Go fuck yourself, ref. No way. Greg, I believe that every single Lego stream that you've turned in, you said this. Oh, that's new. Ooh. Okay. Jesus Christ. I haven't seen these corner plates yet, but they're in here. As far as I'm concerned, that's a new piece. You know what the thing is? I'm just craving for food at this point. I haven't eaten since my dinner time. I'm honestly getting a bit hungry. Can we just do something here? Oh, Mom, what is that? What is that? It's almost like, what was that pass? This is gonna be a boring 0-0 draw. What the fuck did I do in these last 2 hours? What the fuck did I see? Actually, like, I know what I did. It's just, what did I witness? What am I watching? I mean, there's still about 15 minutes left in the game, but fucking hell, 0-0 so far. Not a very exciting game. It is there to be won. Yeah. Commentator's right about that. Come on. We can win this. We should be able to win this. I don't see why we are just, okay with settling for a draw. Like, come on. I don't want to draw. I want to win. Can we do something, please? Bradley, come on. Not upside. Oh, come on. My stream just crapped out. Come on. Anyway, 8 bags in, and this is what the bottom is looking like. So it's starting to look pretty decent. And I believe this is the point where you put the stand. So, um, thing is, I don't want to open another bag. I think, I've been going for 2 hours, so I think I'm gonna call the stream here. I will be back on Thursday for anyone who's interested. Yeah, I want to do another stream on Thursday because let's be fair, I wanted to do one this weekend. This is one that I'm making up for this weekend. So on Thursday, around the same time, I think I'm going to be on for the next part of the build. Look forward to that. Thank you, everyone who was here today. I saw people watching. I saw people in the chat. It was very nice. Like the stream if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And oh, come on, what are we doing here? No, never mind. All right, so yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on Thursday if you're here. And of course, in Star Trek fashion, live long and prosper.